Snaps it outside to Wiggins. Goes by below. Drops the sledgehammer.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I've got to see this again. Oh, that's a poster. I'm sorry.
Andrew Wiggins, 3 double-doubles in his last 6 games, and he's actually leading the Warriors in three-point percentage in these playoffs. And by the way, he's providing playoff posters fans won't forget. Andrew Wiggins, in his words, on his career journey.
Wiggins, the cutter, flies in. Two-hand slam.
Wiggins at the horn. And he's gone.
How about Wiggins with the block?
Andrew Wiggins having his best season of his career.
Coming into the league, well, I was just a young kid. I got drafted to Cleveland and up in Minnesota.
Wiggins. Andrew lets it fly at the buzzer. What a block from behind by Wiggins. Oh my goodness, Andrew Wiggins. The Minnesota Timberwolves have hit the skids.
I learned a lot in Minnesota, just competing, how to be a professional, and certain things like that.
One winning season in the last 11 years.
When you're the #1 overall pick in the draft, there's that pressure.
Andrew Wiggins, I feel like, has kind of become an afterthought.
Perhaps a candidate to be traded at some point this season by Minnesota.
All right, guys, this is a big one. D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota. Now you have Wiggins as a complement to Curry and Thompson. Really intrigued to see now. The question is, team, can the Warriors get the best version of Andrew Wiggins? Can they find the best version of Andrew Wiggins?
When I got traded here 2 years ago, the organization welcomed me with open arms and just basically told me to play my game. They knew in Minnesota what I could do and what I have done, and they just wanted me to do the same thing here. Score the ball, play defense, be who I am.
Baseline goes up and dumped it over town. Elevation sensation for Wiggins.
Nobody knocks them out.
I'm a competitive player, can score the ball on all 3 levels.
Ball knocked away. Wiggins a steal. Blocked from behind by Andrew Wiggins.
Love to play defense, love to guard the other team's best player. I'm a winning player.
Curry fires the 3 and knocks it down.
Thompson with a 3. Got it. The all-time three-point king.
Playing with great players makes a huge difference.
And playing offense is 2 of the greatest shooters to ever play the game. It makes the game easy.
Step running with Wiggins. Thompson kicks it out. Good look, Wiggins. Again.
You can't hang around Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and not improve your shooting.
They attract so much attention. They're unselfish. I feel like I became a better shooter just watching them. So playing with them has been great.
Golden State's legit. They may be the deepest team in the NBA.
Golden State's right up there with those teams that are talented enough to make a run to the NBA Finals.
It's hard to win in the NBA. A championship, that's, the ultimate success in this league. And I think we have the pieces to win it all. Why not?
An all-star starter this season, finally living up to the potential that so many saw him, that made him the #1 overall pick. Coach, you got him initially when he was a rookie. You also played with his dad back in the day, so you know a lot about Andrew Wiggins when he came into the league.
I'm still trying to figure out people that lived up to his potential. Yeah, he's not that super mega star, but people forget he was Rookie of the Year. So he was the best rookie in that class. And the thing that I always love and respect about Andrew Wiggins, he never got caught up, GA, in the outside noise. He never let people put expectations on him to be what they thought he should be. The thing about him is that he's a complete player. He plays both ends. He can pass, he can handle, he can shoot. He set guys up, he defends. He plays a little bit of everything. He does everything well. And the thing for Andrew, when I look at those numbers up there, I don't look at the scoring. I look at the rebounds and I look at the field goal percentage. And when he's shooting around 50% or better and he's rebounding the basketball, GA, that's when he's at his best, because people don't understand this. He has a quiet demeanor and a quiet, fiery part of him, because there were nights when we played against the best teams, James Harden, LeBron James, and others. Andrew Wiggins would tap on my door before the game and say, Coach, I know you put me on LeBron. I know you were putting me on James Harden. And this was his rookie year. Okay, he was asking for those challenges. And last but not least, name the last rookie to play 82 games. That young man did that his rookie year.
How impressed have you been with his growth?
Well, you know what? I think that the issue has always been for Andrew Wiggins, it's not about his ability. Andrew Wiggins is a complimentary star. And I think the problem in Minnesota was they needed him to be an alpha, face of the franchise star. And that's just not his mental makeup. Like, to be a true superstar in our league is not just about your talent. You know, it's about the intangibles that you have to embrace and want. And that's not where he's at his best, and that's not where he's comfortable. That's why it's working so well for him with Golden State, because all he's got to do is go play. Nobody, if he doesn't get 30 in a game, nobody's going to question whether or not he's a good player. You know, if he's not the leading scorer, now he's being rewarded because the team is winning, and that's what works for him. And you've seen him kind of blossom this year, and I'm really happy for him. He's a great young man. He carries himself well. He represents his family in this league well. He plays his tail off for them. And it's kind of fitting that he's on the verge of potentially getting to the NBA Finals. And dare I say it, he may be the one with the last laugh.
Yeah, to your point, he's not about me. Like some superstars, the team has got to be about them. The number one pick, I'm the best player on the team. Quick story. Slam dunk contest. Zach LaVine won it, right? So we're in there trying to get Andrew Wiggins to compete in it. So Zach LaVine leaves the gym. Andrew Wiggins throws the ball off the wall. It comes off. He runs and catches it, turns around and dunks it. And we're like, why don't you get in the dunk contest? He said, Coach, that's Zach's thing. I won Rookie of the Year. I don't need to compete with my teammates. That's the type of guy he is. It's not about, he doesn't need everything coming his way. He's got his, he's happy with it, and he's happy with everybody eating from the trough.
Filling in that role that was once held by, Harrison Barnes and KD. He's kind of fitting in perfectly. And by the way, the only Warriors player ever in their history to have 25 and 10 in a game and 0 turnovers. He's been impressive this season. Now let's pull out your phone and let it be known. I need to know who has the edge in the series right now between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. So, Coach, coming to you first, who do you feel like has the edge? So many injuries. Tyler Hero, we don't know if he's going to play, has the groin situation. We can just go down the list of so many players.
Yeah, everybody's hurt for both teams.
Who has the edge?
I'm going to say Boston for this reason. They still have two of the best out of the three players in this series left. When you look at Tatum and Brown against, Jimmy Butler, he's been playing great. But those two guys can go out and get 30. And then when you look at Miami, Greg, they struggle to score at times. And this is the thing that blows my mind. In the regular season, we talk about guys being a great defender and this and that. But come playoff time in certain games, I need that defender to play some offense too. And for me, this game, the next game coming up, they need Bam to show up offensively big time. I mean, he's been great defensively, rebounding, been that guy. But with Jimmy Butler nicked up, Tyler Hero status uncertain, and Kyle Lowry a shell of himself, they need some scoring. But I get an edge to Boston because of those two guys, even though they got some injuries.
Yeah, Tatum is special, and Jaylen Brown has had some moments in this series that have been incredible as well. I look at it this way. I feel like the team that just got blown out has the advantage. And I mean that sincerely, because when you get embarrassed, you don't need to be motivated. You know, the coach doesn't have to talk a lot about the X's and O's, because that was more about your pride and your inability to compete. And so I would expect for the next game that Miami will respond in kind. And I just think that gives them – now, the one advantage Boston has, other than what Coach just talked about, is even though they won the game the way we used to win games. I used to tell you, I said, we could beat a team by 20 and shoot 39 from
Y'all
the field.
could.
Because we were going to turn you over. We're going to turn you over, and we're going to dominate the backboard, and we're going to win the possession game. And so, that's the positive for Boston in terms of the coaching staff, because they can say, guys, offensively, we actually weren't very good in that game. You know, they weren't not good. Jaylen Brown's 5 of 20 from the floor. They shot 39% from the field, 23 from three, and still won the game by 20. Now, they were plus 24 at the free throw line. I don't think they're going to be plus 24 at the free throw line in the next game in Miami. And so I'd give Miami the slight edge in that regard because of them being embarrassed in that last game. And then at that point, then it'll get interesting. I'm just hoping we finally get a close game. Get one game where we're in the fourth quarter wondering what the outcome's going to be, because for the most part, that has not been the case.
Yeah, I think this Game 5 is going to be close, because everyone knows 82% of the time, whoever wins that Game 5 is going to go on to represent that.
But Coach, I need to know, The Heat offensively, they were really bad, especially the starters. Victor Oladipo, great game. However, the starters, you heard 18 points. That's the lowest since the merger back in the day when they had the red, white, and ball and they merged the leagues together. Who's going to step up for the Miami Heat?
Got to be Bam, man. It's got to be. He's the second best overall player when you look at this team. He's paid that way. He's a max player on this team. He's an all-star caliber player. And look, for all the talk, we give him all the credit for the defense, the rebounding, being able to switch, keep guards in front. But, yeah, I'll tell you, hey, man, come playoff time, sometimes I need that Swiss utility knife guy to score. And they're going to need him in that Game 5 at home. You don't know how Jimmy Butler's going to feel. You don't know if Tyler Hero's going to be available. You see how Kyle Lowry is trying to come back from injuries. They need him to step up and play big offensively. Look, defense is great, and it wins championships, but every now and then, Jack, I need some buckets.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I feel like Jimmy and Kyle have to not just play better in terms of their scoring, they've got to create better opportunities for their teammates. For guys like Strus, Gabe Vincent can kind of create his own shot, but I think the big key for them is going to be, can they get Strus going 0 for 7 in that last game? And will we finally see Duncan Robinson emerge somewhat? Because he's another guy that, again, not that they're going to go get 25, but if they're getting 10, 12 from each of those guys, that changes the whole dynamic of how you have to guard Miami right now. And that's been the advantage for Boston, even though this series is still tied at 2.
Well, Jason Tatum, I want to see if that good Jason Tatum can stick around, not just the one that shows up and scores 33.